Yay! I'm going live again. This is fun. It's like a party. Let's see if anyone joins. Okay, today I've been doing a lot of market research on what you guys want me to talk about, and I'm seeing a recurring theme of being in our heads about what other people think about us. So today we're going to talk about how to not give a fuck what other people think about you. And I'm just going to tell you my story a little bit and how I stopped caring so much what other people thought about me and how that directly relates to emotional eating, like 150%. When I cared so much about what people thought about me, I was emotional eating a lot more. So I'm going to tell you how I kind of overcame that and how that can help you if that's something you're struggling with. So caring what other people think. If you ever like go into a room and there's like a group of maybe women or men sitting and they giggle and you're up in your head like, oh, what are they thinking about me? What are they thinking about me? Like, did I trip? Did I say something wrong? Am I wearing like a good outfit? Or maybe sometimes, I remember back in college, I would go to these like date parties and these bars, and it was like all day I felt like I was myself. And then when I was in a big situation, I felt really self-conscious and insecure, and I was just worried about what everyone was thinking, and I was so in my head. Or sometimes when I would flirt with a boy that I had a crush on and I would talk to him, and I would always think like for hours after, did I say that right? Like, what was that? Like, did I say something that made sense? You know, all of those consuming thoughts, right? I see some thumbs up. Yeah, there are some thumbs up if you're with me. Like, sometimes you get in your head a lot about what people think when you're with them, when you're talking to them, or afterwards. So I know I'm not the only one that dealt with this, but I am pleased to let you know that this is not something you need to deal with forever. And there's a reason that it's happening. So when we grow up and we're a kid, we're freely expressive, right? Like we fart and we dance and we scream and we laugh and we're so expressive. But then we're told, okay, you can't be that way, right? Like your parents are annoyed of you and they say like, be quiet, stop playing, go to your room. And over time, we're taught, okay, I need to be a certain way to get approval from others. I need to be a certain way to get validation from others, right? And not only does this happen with your parents, but with your friends and with your teachers. I remember very specifically, I don't remember any of my teachers' names from elementary school, but I remember Mr. McDonald, 3rd grade. I was in class and I was laughing and being a goofball. I loved to be the center of attention, like really loud. And Mr. McDonald said, Alicia, that is so inappropriate. And he made me stay inside during recess and read a book to him. And 3rd grade during recess, reading a book, like, give me a break. That was awful for me, right? So that taught me a huge lesson. And I've never forgotten that moment. And ever since then, I specifically remember I was so good in class. Like, I would not talk. I was so worried about what the teacher thought about me, right? That was the first time that I remember thinking, whoa, what I do impacts other people. And if I change that, they will like me more, right? So that was the first sign of that. And of course it went on as I went to middle school and high school and college. And the thing is when we are so worried about what other people think about us and we're seeking validation in other people, we are not owning ourselves fully. We are not loving ourselves fully, and we will never live the life that we desire to live. We will never feel fully fulfilled, and we will never receive love from others fully, and we will not be able to give love to others fully. So how does giving a shit what people think about you and receiving and giving love matter? Well, when you are seeking validation in other people, there's a part of you that you don't love, that you're not owning. You're not owning your worth. So think about whatever it is that you're self-conscious of with other people, right? Maybe it's your outfit. Maybe it's things you say. Maybe it's how you dance. whatever that is your own insecurity that you're projecting onto them. You're projecting what you're self-conscious about and what you think they're thinking about you. Does that make sense? So a great example is me and dancing. As a kid, I grew up dancing. I loved to dance. And then when I was in ballet one year, I remember that the teacher lined us up and she said like, something like the best are in the front and the worst are in the back. And I was in the back of the line and I was like, oh my God, I'm an awful dancer. I'm so embarrassed. No one's gonna like me. Perfect sense. Yeah, thanks for the feedback. No one's gonna like me. So I just lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah. So from then on, I was so insecure to dance. And I remember in college, I would be like wobbling side to side at the bars, like so in my head about dancing. I didn't want to do anything that would embarrass and saying, I'm so proud of you. Like, I'm so jealous that you're such a good dancer. And she was like, dude, you're a good dancer too. And I was just so shocked. I was like, there's no way she thinks I'm a good dancer. But that was just something that I was really, really insecure about in myself, right? And other times, like with my outfits and with things I would say, like it was all things that I was wanting to be good at so that I could get approval from others, right? But really it was an approval from myself. Because what happens is when you own yourself and love yourself fully to the core, and you love your quirks and your flaws and the things that make you different from others and unique, you will not care what other people think. The more that I stepped into my worth and I stopped trying to please other people and do what I thought they wanted, the less I would have those thoughts. And guess what? The less that I had those thoughts, the less that I would emotional eat, because when you are seeking validation from someone else, you're trying to fill a hole in yourself. And it's never going to get filled until you fill it yourself. So think about those things that you feel insecure about doing, but that you want to do, right? And over time, practice stepping into that and reminding yourself that it doesn't matter what other people think. Because it really, truly does not matter what other people think. If I lived my life worrying about what other people think the way I used to, I would not have ever started my Instagram account. I would not be going live right now with pimples on my face. Like, I don't give a shit. I really don't. I don't care. I'm cursing, and my mom, I can hear her now. She's gonna say, Alicia McNeil, Alicia Jane. She always does that when I curse, but it's like, I love you, Mom. I love you so much, but I don't care what you think about me. And when I say I don't care what you think about me, I am not going to change me if you don't approve, if you don't agree. I am not going to change what I do and what I say because I love me. I know I'm a good person. I am doing the best that I can. I'm being myself fully and authentically, and this feels good for me. So I love you, and it's okay if we agree to disagree. Like, I'm gonna love you for that. You're gonna love me for that. And if people in your life do not love you and support you for being your full authentic self, then they're not meant to be in your life. Like, we have to stop trying to fit in with the people that we think are successful or popular or whatever it is. Like, if people don't want to be in your life when you're fully you, then that's good. The God and the universe and whatever it is that you believe in created us all to be very unique, right? Look at the jungle and look at all the plants and animals and nature. Like, it's so unique. But then we all see like a model or a popular person or this imagination of what we should be like, and we think, okay, I need to be like that. But you don't. You are unique. Like, you are so unique, and you don't need to live out a blueprint of your life and the way you dress and the way you speak and the job that you do and the way you interact on social media and the way that you carry yourself. Like, you can be fully you. You can make weird noises and you can yawn in public without saying sorry. my mentor had this example the other day, and it was just awesome. She was like, have you ever noticed how everyone always covers their yawn and they always say, I'm sorry afterwards? And it's like, it's a normal human function. Why are we so worried about what other people think when we're just yawning, you know? So takeaways from this are reflect on what it is that you feel insecure about. What are you projecting? What insecurities are you projecting into other people's minds, right? That's the first one. Just become aware. Second one is practice. Practice owning your worth. Practice leaning into the things that you want to do that you're afraid of what people will think. Because I guarantee you it's so much scarier before you do it, and then you do it and you're like, wow, like look at me, I'm feeling more myself, I'm stepping into a higher version of myself, I am feeling more confident and more free. This happened with me, like getting to my business and getting to where I am. Like I wasn't always this open and okay with being myself fully. Like I used to be this little shell, like in a hermit or whatever it's called, and just poke my head out here and there, and now I've like completely broken out. But it took practice. It took me saying yes to teaching a class and saying yes to teaching group fitness, and after years saying yes to starting this Instagram page, and now I go live, like, and I'm an open book, and it's because I am so in love with who I am, and all the things that I used to think were bad or weird or different. Like I love how uniquely different I am. And that is why I call my program Fill Your Soul First, because everyone is trying to, if you're emotional eating or dealing with an addictive behavior, it's because a large reason is because you're trying to live a life that you're not meant to live. Your soul has its own unique expression that you can live through. And my program is 16 weeks long, and we first start with connecting to your heart and to your body, and really learning to get out of your mind, right? Caring what people think, you're just like stuck up here, and it's just, you don't need to be up there. Your heart knows the way, right? Your heart knows the way to happiness, and it's those things that you desire that you might have pushed away for a while, for years or whatever, and your heart knows the way. So we connect back to your heart. We learn how to quiet your mind. We learn how to feel all of your emotions, which are powerful signals and signs. And they're not things that we need to run away from or numb, right? We learn how to feel really confident and empowered in ourselves. Maybe you don't even know who you are. Maybe you feel lost in who you are as a person. I'm talking about like owning yourself, and you just know that you're stuck and unhappy, but you don't know who you are. So you learn to figure out who you are and really own that and feel good in that, and live a life that is really fulfilling and meaningful for you. And all of that will get you out of worrying and giving a shit what people think. And that is how you will stop emotional eating, because when you're emotional eating, you're trying to fill that need, and you can fill your soul first so that you don't have to fill it with food. Cool? Okay. I love helping you guys. I love giving this knowledge out. Let me know if you have any questions at all, or if you're interested in my 16-week program, Soul Fully Me, Fill Your Soul First. We are beginning on Sunday, August 1st. So definitely shoot me a DM or fill out the link in my bio, and I will get back to you ASAP, and we'll see if it's a good fit. All right, love you guys. Off to yoga.